وي ما يدينا ندق في الشيء ذا. هلو تعال مرة ثانية وقتها عليك لا.
Cerberus lifts his dribble head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Hey.
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. You're not like any Roman man I've ever seen. You seem so refined, so civilized.
كان معي شعر بدل الصلع الموجودين في المكان. Okay.
What was that? Some kind of joke? If it was, it wasn't funny. I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern? Ugh, let it go. Nothing's going to happen between us. You know, normally, I'd expect you to buy me a drink before asking if I want to get out of here. Straight to business, huh? I can work with that. As a matter of fact, I do know a way out. I'm happy to tell you all about it, but this is valuable information we're talking about, and I don't just give it out like some cheap oracle. So, how badly do you want it? Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you?
الله يحق.
Well, perhaps you could take out a loan. I understand Malleolus has lent money to others, on occasion. I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. As the saying goes, to drink is human, so we drink. Certainly, for 10 denarii.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
Whatever you like. All right, see ya.
نبغى نجمع فلوس.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor the water they have lost.
طول شريت التمثال ذا كم حيكون ديناري؟ في تمثال تعال ما يطيح فيها ترى. هي شخل كيف ايش رايكم افشخ الفلوس ولا يمكن يصير ذهب؟ ما في حد شايف.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Wait. Okay. كل هذا عشان دينار واحد او دينار واحد. نلحق ذا ولا نلحق ورا ذا؟
We must get to the
لا تقفل الباب طيب. نسيت. معانا فلوس طيب؟ معانا 2 دينار.
Salve, friend. I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Okay.
Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Device? ايش هذا؟ زبلة. Okay.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking. And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably. All right, see you around.
اوكي للصيحة دي. لا صيحة لا لا. اوكي نفتح من هذا الباب.
Don't you just love springtime?
ايه والله تعال 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 انت شوف اللي فوق.
I saw you use the device I made, and it worked!
انت هو.
Anyway, I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a favor?
Sure.
Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake. It's too steep to climb, so I hung a rope over the lake and made this pulley device, only I couldn't quite summon the nerve to use it. Do you think you could use the device again and try to get that flower for me? I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. Look, I'll tell you everything if you get it for me, all right?
نعم.
Fair enough. All right.
يبغى الوردة دي. كيف في كلمة هنا. مباراة تسير. اوكي. خلينا نرجع للبار.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold graying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You scare away my customers.
They follow their traits, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
اوكي هذا مو ستيل. Because of reason. فين نبغى نروح؟ ما يمديني اتسلق يعني. نوب. لا في ذهب هنا. كيف اطلع؟ ما في طلعة. Interesting. خلينا نكمل طريقنا. الجرافيك لا بس فيه.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
ديتيلز مرة أعلى في اللعبة. روح الدرب. هذا اللي خلانا لحقه.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
هذه لعبة جديدة. مغامرات خلينا نقول. Story. What kind of sin is this?
An intelligent
أكيد
question.
سرقة.
There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
بتاع الساف اللي معانا في السيرفر بس ده اسمه كجلد أساف. ليه جلدت عساف؟ بعدين كيجي اللي في الشات هذا كيجي شو واحد من الشباب المودريتور عندي. اوكي خلينا نختار
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric? Of course, what else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
أنا ما حسأله كل شيء عشان لا أحرج الكلام اللي يبغى يسألها عندك اللعبة.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject.
مشكلة اللعبة إنها
Unfortunately, there are still those here who
يعني
resist,
يمكن أحرقه.
whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you?
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
اوكي بس غريب انك اول واحد تشوفه في الشارع تعطيه مهمة زي كده.
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? I trust you can see yourself out.
God damn. تعال تعال اديني كفين كمان. هذه كل شيء الاقي تمثال لها. ايه على طول محقق كنا.
Citizen,
On your best behavior, I trust?
لا
Hey
تعلد انك
Horatius,
تكون معاه.
how's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work.
ما عندك يمكن.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Interesting. ايش اسوي؟ يا ولد.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me
Francis.
Virgil. Well, I'm an architect. Or at
Well,
least
Almani.
I was back in Rome. That's
Rome.
probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people, that kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place. Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek. Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
Interesting.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas. And the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
شوف ما ابغى اكمل في الحكايه.
Of course. Nice to talk to you.
زي ما قلت عشان لا احرق على اي حد حيشوف الفيديو الان او بعدين. صار تسرق على المره. خلينا ناخذ لفه كذا اصفر.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule. Thank you. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. What? We don't have time for this. I have to go. Ugh.
هلو نتحرك. ما هو بنا.
Fabia, no! Oh God, she's dead. Did anyone see that?
لا ما شفت.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quintius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood? You are not off to a good start. When I ask you a question, I expect an answer. Is that understood? I would choose my next words more carefully if I were you. Is that understood? Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words? As a matter of fact, I do. Once I'm done with you and Quintius, I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
اوكي اشتغلني انا. لا 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 والله لا 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 لا. السلام عليكم. لا اجري. لا 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 اجري. اوكي اوكي.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost? I don't think. Oh.
No, no problem. يعني التماثيل هذا تتحول تضربنا. او شوف الاساس انه ذا لسه حي. يب الاساس لسه موجود. يعني تعاد اليوم كل ما احد سوى شيء غلط. تعرف شيء خلينا ننهي النظرة الأولى ذي أو الانطباع الأول. نشوف الفيديو بعدين. زايد الشباب الموجودين الآن قالوا لي يتبغون أغطي اللعبة وأكمل اللعبة، يعني ألعبها بجدية بدل بس ما ألف أشوف المدينة كيف. على فهمت من اللعبة إنه في أشياء لازم ما نسويها اللي هي السن، زي القتل اللي قبل شوية السرقة السن اللي تكلم عنها الشايب ذاك. صراحة الجرافيك حلو في اللعبة، عاجبني، على انه زي ما قلت لكم ترى تيم صغير اللي مسوي اللعبة، كان مسوي مود والآن سوي اللعبة. إذا تحبوا إني أكمل اللعبة ونلعبها بجدية قولوا لي التعليقات أو حتى تواصلوا معايا. طبعا رابط اللعبة ترى في الديسكريبشن اللي يحب يلعبها. أنا قلت عشان لا أحرقها ما أبغى أفتش في أشياء كثيرة، خلينا ننهي هنا البث. هذا اللي كان معنا اليوم. بعد انتحار ذي. قولوا لي في التعليقات إذا تبغوا شيء ثاني. لا تنسوا اللايك وشير وسبسكرايب. نشوفكم في الحلقة الجاية.